You know, it's like, how can you drink a Shirley's and drink it out of a bottle that don't exist?
I don't know, dude. So you like Fulton?
Well, I like that good, the one that's got almost like a black label, and it's got like you say, almost like a hop.
I think it's a Hop Star.
Is that yes, a
green
hop?
Hop Star.
Yes, that's one of my. Yes, that one I really like.
Nice.
Because it's hoppy too. It's got a little more alcohol.
Well, most of them do.
Yeah. What about the yellow Hop Star? That's
yellow.
the Lonely Blonde.
Oh, that some bitch got wheat.
Doesn't like wheat. Doesn't like wheat in the Lonely Blonde.
See,
Where do you get a hat like
I
that?
drank 2 or 3 beers in my life, guys.
I like it. Where do you get the beer? Where do you get a hat like that? Because I want one.
You know, believe it or not,
that thing rocks.
this is just that cheap. It's just one of those cheap polar fleece. But believe it or not, they had them down at the dollar store about 15, 18 years ago. And of course, you know what a $20 bill buys?
20 hats?
20 hats.
About 18 and a half or 19 with tax.
So that thing's got some vintage. That's a vintage hat. That
Yes.
thing's money.
And then another one I really like. Have you ever? It's
I think you're.
Continental.
Did you get that Chill City open up there?
What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna help open it up. It seems like you're spilling it. You're opening the whole. All right, you ripped the whole damn tab off.
Yeah, my fucks with it.
I don't have a wife to
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
What's it
What
like
do
not to
you
have a
think?
wife?
That's the first time I did that? I forgot. You know, I'm not in the house. We got a maid out here, don't we?
Yeah.
His name's Ryan.
His name's Ryan.
Tell me more about that Fulton that you like.
Oh, it's a green one with the black label.
Sweet
And when it's in a
travel
bottle, when you hold it up, you could, you can see the scum on the bottom. So with the first smell, you kind of tilt it all the way so the bubbles come up to flavor the whole bottle.
Do you like that hop scum?
Oh yeah. Well, why do I want to filter out part of the taste?
That's a good. I like that.
See, I like that thing.
Can we trade beer for work in the yard?
Yeah, I don't know if he I haven't told him yet. So.
Yeah.
I work at Fulton Brewing Company.
You do.
I could give you like a pallet of Fulton green.
You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Sweet Child of Vine.
That should make us full.
I
got some in my fridge over there, but it's
never get.
If you wanted a pallet of it, I mean, like you can have whatever you want, man.
Well, I don't need to pay you now.
Yeah.
How much the beer worth to
Just
you?
trading beer for sprinkler work.
Tell you what, that's
Not a pallet, actually. That's too much.
No, yeah, but yeah.
Let's just start with like what you need, and then we'll like trade work for beer.
But you get it in bottles too, then, huh?
Yeah, we make bottles and cans of Sweet Child of Vine.
He likes his
The
bottles.
sediment that you see is a precipitation reaction of the hop flavors and malt proteins. So I'm really impressed that you like that. Actually,
Scum.
Now you got something to come back and tell the guys that, gosh, this guy was telling me, why pour away half the flavor in the bottle?
Exactly. Yeah.
See, now you're now I saved you probably $50,000 this year. That's he's getting a raise off, and he's throwing me crumbs.
I'm getting a raise. Tell you what, if I get the $50,000 raise from the beer savings, I will pass it on to you, and we will install sprinklers in my yard, which has zero sprinklers.
And it will spray that beer out of the sprinklers.
Yeah, let's do keg beer out the sprinklers.
But
after it was closed.
I've acquired a taste for
crackers.
It wasn't fucking
I'm an IPA.
until last night.
Yeah.
You guys know
I hope they call me.
Another one is that
Fuck stick.
who makes it's Centennial? Well, one is Centennial. It's Flounders.
Flounders.
They make
Flounders.
they make the
Flounders.
one with
light bulbs.
the old woodies on the side. There's that one.
Yeah.
But the one with the 2 angels with their hands up like that, it's called Centennial.
a little shelf in my shed.
It's
What's that, New Belgium beer, is it?
no, it's Flounders. Okay, the one.
Founders.
Flounders. Centennials.
Founders.
Not the all day IPA.
Oh yeah, I get all P or all day
IPA.
Okay,
that's what you're talking about.
Now you go to the next one. It's got two like angels facing each other, or they're like Greek gods. You know, with their hands up.
I put a timer on it.
If you like the all day,
realize I haven't done one.
After you
That's
have
your beer.
what?
Yeah, that's your beer.
No. Then you go to the Centennial.
I'll get you one and I'll.
That's a whole dish. You know, when you pour it out, it's got a dark color. It's kind of it's closer to the foams. You know that when the black and green with a hop star on there. You know how it's a darker. You know that's more or less the color. And that's another thing.
Or the stud finder hooks.
Is when I pour.
Which one? Do you get the stuff that's got the stuff?
I try to close my. You know, if you're in a can, you drink it. But if I was going to pour it in a bottle, I would close my eyes before I tasted it, so that
It's called top dressing.
an inflection of
Heavenly Angels?
no.
Oh.
And you got it
Color kind of, you know, sets certain.
You're literally trying to bypass your visual like
Yes, interpretation or precepts.
Right. You're saying I don't want to see the perception. I'm going to pour it, close my eyes, and taste it.
Yes, if it's in a bottle. If it's in a dark bottle,
I'd say from a consumer standpoint, you're a very advanced beer consumer. Like that is awesome. The fact that you're willing to set aside like the visual clarity of a beer or the color of it, and then to assess the flavor, eyes closed.
It's all about taste.
That is insane.
Yeah. So do you find a difference between drinking it out of the can or pouring it in the glass and drinking it?
I think a lot of cans like this. This honestly tastes a little tinny to me.
But regardless of that,
and what that might be is
the tin on your
that it might be a more refined taste.
The tin on your lips.
Where if it came out of a bottle, you wouldn't taste it.
How about pour it in a glass or pour a bottle in a glass.
Canned beer today, like canned beer, what let's say 40, 50 years ago, metal touched beer, right?
Yep. Now it's got a
glass touches beer.
Yep.
Here you have a polymer liner. So it's like drinking it's the same as
and there's no light hitting it.
I think it's PET, so it'd be the same as like a Coke bottle. Like that plastic liner is in those cans, so the tin taste.
It's limited,
but you can taste it. Is that a good beer? I mean, that's the most recent Fulton launch we've had, and it's been selling like pretty well for a Fulton release.
That's the good stuff right there.
I think the neighbors here have down 3 cases alone.
Give me that solo cup.
Yeah.
See if you can taste the difference.
It's been selling.
It's almost like Triple L.
Triple L.
Last Light Light. You know, one of my more expensive beers a few years ago. You know.
Yeah.
You know, $9.99 case.
That's like Howardstein or
Hackenstein?
Hackenstein.
Well, Little Wallies. You ever
Red,
had
white,
those?
blue?
Little Walters.
When you come back here, if you need a case of Sweet Child of Vine in glass,
It's free.
It's free.
dude, like tell Ryan, hey, I need the beer. I'll bring you the beer. Like,
Yeah.
He'll be back in the fall. We'll
be
make a deal.
set, man. I'll give you the beer. It won't even have the precipitate yet. It'll be so fresh.
Really?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the precipitate.
But you never thought about it, you know, hey, you know, I'll tell you something. I put the sign up in the garage. You know how, you know, all these good, a man cave is a pussy whooped guy that retreats after his old lady has stuck her foot up his ass.
Thank you.
What does that have to do with this? All right.
What were we talking about before?
I was talking about giving you a case of Fulton Sweet Child for coming into our neighborhood and
something
helping
else
out.
over there.
That's phenomenal.
I said Ryan could text
You
me.
did say that. I don't know where you went with the pussy.
Yeah.
How you got there.
Oh, the can.
Toe up your ass, I think is
you know,
what I heard.
That can says literally. It says on it, beer that tastes like beer. Does the beer taste like beer?
That's a good beer.
It's got a I would say it's slightly sharp.
Sharp's non-alcoholic, right?
No.
Sharp.
When I say sharp, it has a little bit
Crisp.
of bite to it.
Oh, it's crisp.
I say sharp.
I say
You
crisp.
could say.
Wait, hold on a sec though. So when you take every time that you open a can, you break the tab off like that.
Well, give me another one. I'll tear another one off. The same. It doesn't matter what brand it is.
So you open them up that much.
Well,
Like that-
I don't
that's
need
awesome.
that. I don't have an old lady wrestling with. If I had one, she could wrestle with my top lid.
Damn straight.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a beer bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that hanger on a beer bottle. Or is that just a
I
booger?
thought for some reason I thought that you were struggling with the lid, which is like I buy those lids, so I was like I felt bad, and I'm like, dude, I'll help you because our lid broke.
I'm gonna crack one of my porcelain fingernails. Working in the dirt.
Yeah.
Really?
Who you got?
Say want another one.
Another one. No, we
No.
were just talking about how to open a damn beer. I guess we're not doing it right.
Oh yeah, you gotta crank that bad boy.
It has been a pleasure to talk with you about beer. You
No,
have opened my mind beyond like the scope of who understands flavor, who understands clarity, and like why we're doing this. So thank you very much.
Oh. It's just like he's gonna go in and say, "Hey, that scum on the bottom." This guy says you don't want to get rid of that. 'Cause
I've been fighting that for my entire career.
Oh, you mean with guys? They think it's got to be clear.
Well, I'm one of those guys, but I also worked on the brewery floor. I worked at Surly.
No.
I tried to get Furious
you
clear
worked
for years. Now I've worked at Fulton for almost 5 years in September.
I didn't know. Yeah, full.
And now it's like, dude, we're buying
Jim, can you get me a
enzymes,
beer?
we're buying chemicals, we're working on our processes,
Sure,
we're working on our
Something
on
cold.
our mill, on
If
our
you can find another
malt,
cold
to try to
beer,
Cold
release
Mike here.
that
Cold
because
Mike's from the
consumers
back.
don't
That's
like
cold.
it. And here you are saying like, I love that. So I think that's really interesting.
And think of it this way. Now, if you've ever had someone's good homemade beer, you're never not going to find shit in the bottom of the bottle. And then you're hallucinating.
Yeah.
Think about
Yeah, good point.
it.
Hey, brother.
Isn't that
That's a good point.
when you think of it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a homemade beer that didn't have a little
Sediment. Well,
Little
a lot of
Little
times
love.
a lot of times the sediment in a home brew is yeast,
Yeast.
and a lot of times the sediment in the Sweet Child is not yeast.
it's more like hops
It's-
or part of the malt
It's-
or
It's a hop
it's a
malt
process.
polyphenol complex. Yes.
Or
Yeah.
within the process it comes together and drops or crashes in the flavor and drops settles to the bottom.
Dude, you got it nailed. Yes, it precipitates over time. It happens.
Why are you fixing his goddamn sprinkler system? You should be making
Yeah,
beer.
this guy should be running a brewery.
Yeah,
You
dude.
never know, he might be.
You know the thing is I'll tell you, I work for so many people
Fuck 'em.
and they can suck so much money out of a crack, and I'm starving, and I dig a trench, and you run a freight train down.
I'm with you,
But
brother.
hey, that's part of life, guys.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But
I'm with
that's
you.
like it's like Grain Belt Premium.
Yeah.
I used to drink Grain Belt when it was
Greenbelt.
premium in the old days.
Back in Northeast.
Now the new stuff I can't touch. Another one.
Northeast?
What?
Northeast?
No.
No,
you
Grain
know
Belt
which
Premium.
one is the only one I like of Grain Belt that you never see that's good? If you've
Firebird.
never tried what?
Firebird.
No.
Wait, hold on. Let me try one more.
That's
Like-
Shell.
What's the spring one? Hopfenmalls? What is it?
Lock and Dam.
Never had Lockendam.
No.
No,
I like
you have?
Lockendam.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
Isn't it really?
Interesting.
Lockendam is
You're
good.
not burning.
See?
So
I like that. Now that's a beer
Let me-
that I'm.
Let me ask you a few questions about
Okay.
overall beer consumption, right? So, would you consider yourself a loyal beer consumer? I buy the
What do you-
same brands again and again.
Fuck! Every beer I open is different as I drink through the
Right,
day.
all right,
There
okay.
ain't no.
So-
What do you mean? And then
No
you-
loyalty.
Hold on, second question. How many beers, like a week or a day, like as a normal thing? Like, would you buy a 6-pack a day? Would you buy?
Fuck no. I'll buy 2, 3, 4. What I do is like Sahara Nevada when they're a celebration when
Nice.
on sale. You know, they're selling out the Christmas.
Yep.
I still got 3 bottles left in my refrigerator.
That's a good one.
Now, the best one I ever liked that they made. Oh, 2 of them. One was this spring. They had this triple malt or triple hop. Some bitch was like 14. I had to buy one. Well, no, that's a lie. I bought one the next week after that. But I mean, it was like $14 for a 12-pack. Yeah. No. I'm sorry. For a 6-pack.
$14 for a 6-pack.
Oh, but it was a triple.
So how many beers a day do you have?
As a whole, I'll drink 2 to 4.
2 to 4. All right.
You need the Untapped app. You need an app.
If he had the app, he would be the highest guy. So.
The Beer Hunter was the other one that Sahara Nevada had. Excuse me, it was called the Beer Hunter, and they haven't made it for about 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And I bought like 7-8 cases of it, and it just stacked it up. Another one I really liked was before they sold it out. Oh, this must have been 50. This is probably before your day. Do you ever remember a Stroh's?
Stroh's.
Now they made their premium was called Signature.
Stroh's?
Stroh's Signature.
Did you ever have a bottle of that?
Stroh's was
I love
terrible.
Stroh's.
But did you ever have a bottle of their
Terrible
little
beer, terrible beer, good beer.
their Signature? Did you ever their premium?
I am too young to have a Stroh's Signature. You're right.
Okay,
I have never had a Signature.
Now the guy up in Zimmerman, when I was living over in Zimmerman, he bought like a half a truckload. Okay,
I want to find. I was looking in Total Wine just to see if I could find it.
No.
Just to see if I could find it, so I could see if it was as terrible as that I remember it was.
What Signature?
No, regular Stroh's. Just regular.
Not Signature.
Blue,
Blue, not
regular,
Signature.
regular blue cap.
Hey, that's like saying you know when I went to Dunwoody 30 years ago and I was talking about Grey Bell Premium, and these guys these kids were going. Oh, you know, I was 30 and the rest of them were 18.
Do they still make it?
What?
Do they still make Stroh's?
No.
Just a regular old Stroh's. They still can use.
Brewery's closed down.
But is the recipe still out there by someone that?
Come on, the recipe is.
Does somebody make it? Does somebody make it?
Is Stroh's still a beer brand?
No, I haven't seen it.
Riley, get off your fucking NBA game and Google that.
I'm looking at porn.
Jim, Riley's looking at porn.
I thought
up
you could
Stroh's.
still get Stroh's somewhere.
Here's the thing, but like Grain
Remember
Belt,
the Stroh's
Grain
Grain
Belt,
Belt?
when this
Yes.
dude was drinking Grain
Yes.
Belt, it was made in Northeast. Now it's made down in New Ulm at Shell's.
Yeah.
It's a different
So
beer,
they-
different
it's
water,
a-
different
I
malt.
know.
It's still,
Different.
to be honest though, I love Grain Belt.
Who
I
owns
know.
I grew up on
who
it.
owns-
We can
who
fight
owns-
over it if you
No,
want.
no.
I like
See,
Grain Belt too. I like Grain Belt
Premium.
Light. It's not a
Never
sweet.
drank Grain Belt. And these guys were when I went
I like
to
Grain Belt.
Dunwoody,
I like Grain Belt
and they
Light.
go,
Yeah.
Because it's
that's
not as sweet.
terrible.
It was
And-
sold to Pabst in 1999.
Stroh's. So is it
It doesn't
Pabst?
say- it
Pabst
doesn't
is owned by Miller Coors.
You know who? Miller is.
I think you can still get it somewhere, but you can't get it at Total Wine.
But they're just making it I'm assuming making it at a different production plant.
It's not
and
the
putting
same.
the label on it.
Here, it's like this. Everything that Miller has bought has trashed. Now, for instance, one of my favorite beers.
Didn't
I
Miller
said-
buy the Brewers? They're good now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Keep going.
So Miller's, everything they basically bought, they've trashed. Okay, for instance, I used to be my brother liked Special X. I never cared for it, but I did like the sharp, clean, and just a little bit of bite that an old style had. It had a whole.
Hold on one second though. But now you're saying that Chill City from Fulton has that sharp, clean bite.
It has hey, it's a copy. It's a poor copy after an old style.
All right.
Okay.
Poor copy of an old style. All right. I
Okay.
get-
But
this guy is the expert here. He's had more. This
That's
guy
great.
has
I'll tell you.
evaluated more shitty beer brands, more like Like
All
this
the
kind
way
of beer
through.
brands, like I've
All the way
ever
through.
heard. So keep going.
Okay, but here's the thing is when you say IPAs, they've basically come out in the last 15 years, 18 years, something like that. Okay, here's another thing. I used to drink Old Style. That was one of my
Yeah, I
in
had Old
glass.
Style, Yep.
Now, they brought a new beer into the liquor store, and for 52 cents in glass, you know what a Henry Wine, a Hard's Private Reserve was?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, okay. I mean, I started drinking that, and it was like, or I tried the Red Boar first. Then my mom
Red
asked
Boar?
Red Boar. That was another brand of Henry Weinhard's. Well, anyways, my mom accidentally bought me the Private Reserve, and you bum out like, Mom, you bought the wrong 12-pack. I had
Mom.
the third bottle. I said, who needs Red Boar anymore? And anyways, it was fantastic for about and then in less than a year, after you get it, really acquire a taste, it was like one of the forerunners of the IPAs. And I'll say, I mean, they didn't take you. You didn't walk up the stairs. That would have been 20, 25 years ago almost. Almost. They were like one of the four.
1990?
Let's see. Yeah.
90, 95, like you're in
25 years ago,
you're in that
25
zone,
plus,
saying.
yeah, 25, all the
That's
25
when you're
years.
at the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That's
That's-
7 EPA.
That was the almost the beginning of the IPAs. And I'll tell you what with Henry Weinhard's within a year of being I want to say 52 cents over. I mean, you weren't walking upstairs. You weren't taking an escalator. I mean, they took you for a ride on the shuttle when it almost tripled in price in a year.
Is that 52 cents? It's
Yeah, okay,
a
in
bottle?
other words, okay, Old Style I bought for, I don't remember what I paid for a case.
Yeah.
I could buy a case of Henry Weinhard for 52 cents more for the whole case.
You could buy a case
A case when it first came out.
for 52 cents.
Cents more
Oh no.
Oh,
come
than,
on.
than Old Style. But it was like,
Original recipe Old Style.
yes, the gentleman over here. You remember
old.
what?
Mike,
You're old.
Mike,
do you remember the price difference between Old Style and Henry Weinhard's in 1995?
And never heard of it.
Because it's 52 cents a case, according to
No,
our
dude,
gentleman.
I
Okay.
totally trust you.
Okay, now, or do you remember when you were young and if you were really flush, and a buddy of mine once approached me like this. He says, Mark, back when we started drinking, he goes, Mark, he says, it's only a nickel a bottle. And you go, shit, what's a nickel? But but now, remember that you could buy a Snicker for a dime. But that's beside the point. Now, remember how when they said Michelob, it only came one way, and when
Is
you
that
turned the
goofy bottle?
yes, it went in, and you had to shake it out
Yes,
of the bottle.
sir.
It was so and if they
What?
made that today, would you
What did
buy
you have
that?
to do?
They shut down half the market, wouldn't they?
They
Damn
have
right.
that goofy bottle
Hey.
with the.
Hey, ask
Hey.
them about
No,
what
I'm asking
Michelob
them.
was
I'm
in the old
asking
days.
No.
When there was
Totally
only
blind.
one Michelob. What did you think of that, Mike? Remember that?
It was the good shit, man.
I mean, it was as good as anything,
Right.
wasn't it? I mean, as good as any IPA.
Michelob Rock.
No one hit the spot.
And that-
There was no light, no golden, no
Ow.
this, no that. There was only Michelob.
Look at that. Right?
Yeah, and it had
It was
gold,
fancy.
that golden tinfoil around the top that
It's
you
very fancy.
that you had to rip the tinfoil to be able to. And another one I liked was back then was, remember Lowenbrow? But I never cared for it. But I
Remember
thought,
it.
With the lion
It
on
was
it.
fancy.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
but
was fancy.
here's the thing I did. The dark I thought was the best dark beer ever made, but I didn't
Yeah.
like regular.
I'm with you.
Get your nonsense out of here. I know that.
See, I
Toby, come here. Toby,
I've tried a few different beers.
Toby.
Uh-uh.
come here. Come here. Lay down. No. Toby.
He
Urgh.
really wants the pizza.
I know. Toby, lay down.
Yeah.
So what are you making? You guys making any other new create? You know, I'll tell you what. I really like anything that's really hoppy.
So
And I'm
Have you
not
tried
really
that-
not too much into citrusy in the hoppy. I think it takes
have you
away.
tried our
No East Coast, no New
300
England.
IPA?
The 300 has got it's got a lot more.
West Coast,
Mhm.
kind of super day.
More West Coast.
Now, when you say West Coast, like that yuppie language
It's not
means
orange
nothing.
juice, it's hoppy.
Yuppie language. So
Two different things.
you gotta, I mean, like for a guy that knows so much history about different beers, we're not trying to be yuppie when we say East Coast.
Well,
or
I
West
know.
Coast. Like,
There's a terminology between
we're trying to say like,
the pendulum swings, but I
you
don't
said
know.
you don't like citrus. You
Yeah.
said you don't like citrus.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
very
really-
East Coast.
That's East Coast.
yeah. So like the West Coast IPAs are piney.
Piney.
They're bitter. They smell like weed. They smell like a cat pissing in your weed. Hi, Kelly.
Hey!
Ice cream!
Ice cream.
The East Coast IPAs right now are very fruity, mango, orange, pineapple, light and bitterness. So
to me, those anytime it's like a Corona, and people squeeze a lime in
You
it.
say Corona?
not the
My
it's the, no,
Corona?
just the
I think Corona tastes like the virus.
Yeah, close.
so
You know,
all
when
right,
you
all right.
gotta squeeze some
Okay.
in it to give it a taste,
All right.
what did you do?
Yeah, you may as well just drink the juice that you put in it. Gross.
All right, so here's what I'll tell you. So
And now Moose Rule? Oh man, I once
Moose Rule?
you don't like Moose Rule?
No, can't
I do.
stand it.
You're
Again,
one of the most experienced beer drinkers I've ever met, and you have an opinion on every beer I've ever met,
You have an opinion?
and you don't like Moose Rule.
no,
It blows my mind.
it's terrible.
I love
Is that Nestle or what is it?
Kelly,
We-
Kelly,
why
we're
you gotta-
having this like
There's a dilly bar wrapper in your bathroom.
insane
There's
moment
a dilly bar in your bathroom.
And every
right
Insane
now.
beer moment.
This interview has been going on for 20 minutes at
it. Beer
least.
prop moment. It's
It's
an interview.
one night.
27 minutes.
Yeah, you see, he's gonna get a major promotion out of his milking on my.
He likes the sediment in the Sweet Child bottle.
It's flavor. It's part of what when you take that out, you're gonna some of the taste. Believe me, you're pouring out a part of the taste. I'll
There you go.
guarantee you that.
Part of the love, right?
Spencer, you better not pull that out. That shit's good stuff.
Dude, I don't pour it out.
For those who like IPAs.
I mean, if
Drink
you,
it all. Drink it
It's
all.
very hot body right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite opinionated. You know, I think I have
like it. I
a
love it.
acquired taste.
Yeah.
I told him to take the thing. It worked just fine.
Or I think I have a decent understanding
We
of
tried it
how
today.
beer, or I can describe how different beers
I'm gonna
taste.
TikTok this right now.
It's
to her.
Considering that you
I thought it was ingenious.
close your eyes or you avoid the visual aspects of a beer, and you,
Well, isn't
and you drink it,
isn't that a preconceived
notion,
thought?
yeah, no, I think that's amazing. I think that you do demonstrate the fact that you
All about
prioritize your palate over the beer, and I really appreciate it.
But you know,
I'm gonna pay this
looking
for it.
after
I'll
always
plastic
can enhance.
Cut off a
Or
plastic bottle.
there are some that in light look more.
We have now ordered one from Target.
And I've always insinuated more than not that most of your the more of your hop, your flavory beers are slightly more than what you call mainstream, or Coors, Bud,
Nice sunny.
Miller.
Cabin nights.
Miller. They're more of a little. They're slightly a little darker, and how the tints go within them. In some ways, I think almost matches, or probably could reflect on a chart of flavoring within them.
Well,
Now that
sure.
we-
I mean, it's like a light coffee and a dark coffee, and obviously color is a result of.
Well, I
the-
think when you say a light coffee, a dark coffee, I think more of how much you pour in
next week or so, he
to
was like,
within
"God, I can't go up
the
there's an LP
brewing
going."
of the coffee.
Yeah, it's not
Now,
good.
if you want to
You
talk
are a-
coffee,
you are a super genius.
I'm right there in coffee
You
too.
can go up there and
Right, you're on the next level. I get it. All right, here's the deal.
Here's I was gonna say
I
before.
appreciate. I really appreciate your opinion. You have blown my mind
High
on the
passion.
ability to like assess flavor, assess what you're consuming, and how you're consuming it, and how it's made. Like, I think that's phenomenal.
Or have you
Thank you
ever
for sharing
drank
that.
Matt's?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
I-
now, here. Now, back in Mike, do
We
you
didn't do that
remember,
tonight.
Mike, do you ever remember drinking Andecker? It was hot, it was